Hello. God bless everybody. I am here once again to do second blogging. My second blog. Okay, this is Otero Nepomuceno Jr. from Upper Televel, City of Naga, Cebu, Philippines. Okay, in my previous blog, I am talking about the but before that, I will remove my mask in order I can talk properly with you guys, okay? So that you can clearly understand what I am talking to. Maybe you cannot understand, okay? But I hope you can understand clearly what I am talking to because my English is very clear, right? I'm talking to you very spontaneously, and this blog of mine is not scripted, okay? I don't prepare anything what to talk to you right now. This is spontaneous. Okay, the title of this blog is Occupational Safety and Health, talking about risk controls and safety hierarchy of controls. Okay, in the previous blog of mine, blog number one, I'm talking about the difference of risk and uh, the hazards, that those components are complementary with each other. Sorry, I have no microphone because my microphone was low but a while ago. Because my microphone is a Bluetooth microphone. This is only uh, small small power. The watts is very less. It's not very high. Okay, I think how many watts is this? Okay, do think so. Very less. So it could not be intensified well because the loudness and intensity is not so high. So it's very safe. But I cannot use now because it was charged right now. I hope that after this blog, my voice can be heard also because I think there's a problem with the audio of my laptop. Hello, guys. I'm here once again for my blog number two. Okay, it seems that occupational safety and health is very, very important in global market nowadays. Okay, so all employers, all companies, all industries have its own occupational safety and health organization or safety department in short, in which other companies security are included there, okay, like that. So before we gonna having the occupational safety and health department, okay, of course the structure or the organizational setup must be complete, okay. So that is called occupational safety health committee. Okay, starting from the owner of the company, which is the executive or the CEO, down to the engineers, the member of the department, for example, the QC department, one representative, like that, for the production department or manufacturing or like say instrument, electrical, like that, and one representative from the safety department. It could be the safety engineer, it could be the occupational safety and health officer, or and then the nurse or the safety and health professional or representative, like that. So that structure or organizational setup is called the occupational health and safety committee. So that's it. So it's very important because they are the one who will execute for the rules and regulations and the safety policy to be implemented, okay, among the departments, like that, and to follow and to comply the safety program that has been established, like that. So I don't want to talk about the elements of safety program because I will just focus on the occupational safety and health hierarchy on controls and risk controls. Okay, I'll go directly there because I have an appointment. Another appointment. I am very busy person, like that. Okay, talking about this is very important because this is talking about the mitigation controls, the remedies, the solution or the control measures in short, right? So this is very, very important in job hazards analysis and in the risk assessment also. Okay, this is very basic. If you don't know for this topic, then you could not have a very comprehensive, you know, output being a safety professional, because this is really a prerequisite of being an OSH professional. It could be you are a safety technician, it could be you are a health and safety officer, it could be you are safety supervisor or safety engineer, safety manager, safety consultant, safety advisor, and safety director. Okay, you should know this because it is very basic, one of the elements of OSH. Okay, after identifying the hazards, okay, and then we know and we evaluate and we analyze the rest. So we have a risk assessment. Of course, we should have the mitigating controls, or what we call as control measures. Actually, there are a lot of technical terms for that. You can choose, but it means the same thing. It could be a corrective action, it could be a preventive action, it could be intervention controls. But what is most common is control measure. Okay, you can have also a recommended solution or simply a solution to the particular safety problems or any safety observations and findings that we covered within the workplace, like that. Okay, and then you can do that in your safety observation report or in your safety inspection report after recognizing and identifying the hazards. Of course, you know there is for that, but we need to have control measures. So we go that there. Okay, so basic elements of that hierarchy controls or safety controls, or what we call as risk controls. We will start from the most effective to the least effective one. So let's go to a very simple one, which is the last sort of defense or the last line of defense, which is the personal protective equipment. Okay, this is an equipment, okay, to prevent or to cut off the exposures from various types of hazards in different workplaces. So meaning to say, it could not have a total elimination, or it could not have a total prevention, but rather it is only partial, minimizing and reduce the exposure of the hazards. So these are PPE. So PPE is the last sort of defense in safety hierarchy of controls. It is also the last resort, okay, and last option, because we could have the most effective one starting from the elimination and the substitution. Okay, now we start with the most effective one. We have the elimination. As much as we could, we, let's say, if I am the manager of the particular workplace, or if I am the manager of a particular processes or operations, I need to eliminate first the workload scope that have so many critical hazards and so many risks associated with it. But if I cannot do that, I can have the substitution. Okay, but first you can have the removal and the elimination. Since we cannot remove and eliminate the hazards because it is part of the work of scope, then we can only substitute and do some alternative scope of work as long as the output can be done successfully, like that. Okay, so that is elimination and removal number one. Okay, for example, okay, your job has to be done in height, okay, then you cannot do that in the ground level, of course, because the job is in the height. So you cannot eliminate, but rather you can have another controls substitution like that, or you can have an administrative controls like that. Any alternative for that particular scenario. Okay. Number two is the substitution. Substitution. For example, you're handling with hazardous chemicals at the workplaces. For example, if I am, let's say, I'm a chemical engineer. It's only for example. Okay, I am really having the leadership of handling properly and safely all kinds or all types of hazardous substances at site. Okay, then there are a lot of chemicals based on their hazards category. Okay, if I know that chemicals have a very, very high hazards, for example, regarding with the toxicity, okay, toxicity, you know that, okay, the corrosivity, the reactivity, the radioactive, strength of a certain uh, materials or substances, then I have to go with a less uh, harmful substances to be used. I will go to the less toxic substances to be used. Then how can we do that? We will refer to the material safety data sheets or the safety data sheets. Okay, that's it. So that is substitution. Okay, from the more hazardous substances, you will substitute that to the less harmful substances so that the hazards will be exposed to the workers or handling the chemicals will be lesser, okay, compared to those very harmful substances. So that's an example of substitution. Okay, now let's go to the number three. Okay, the number three will be the engineering controls. So there is an issue about engineering control because it involves cost. So it's very difficult for an organization also. Sometimes it requires financial aspects in the business. Okay. So that's why we need to go to another alternative that does not require cost. Okay. I spoke too fast. Sorry for that. And raise some questions. If you cannot understand what I'm talking to, I'm very fast. Okay, like that. There's an issue of financial aspect with regards to engineering controls, and then it also requires a thorough study, research, and review. For example, if you need that kind of equipment, plant facilities and machineries, you don't have to buy that immediately. You have to study it. Okay, if it is an environment friendly equipment like that, or it could be an equipment that will last longer like that for their sustainability for the operation of that equipment. You have to study for that. Okay, and you have also to indicate the design aspects of the particular equipment, though it has a very good reliability, functionality. You have to discover that, or you have to assess and evaluate before doing that. So engineering controls are also very difficult. But if it is really necessary, then you do it, even though how costly is that. For example, if you have a very noisy area above 90 decibels, do you remember that in basics, above 90 decibels in OSHA standard for occupational noise exposure standard beyond 90, so you will be able now to have an engineering control as much as the employer can do to protect the hearing system of the people or the employees. So isolating, you can have the isolating barrier to reduce the intensity or the noise decibels, okay? Like that. Isolating or shield or a barrier so that the noise will be received from the workers, from the point or from the source to their specific workplace will be lesser now, like that. Again, it's costly. But if you don't want costly, then you can have the PPE, which I said talk about earlier. That's the air muffs, the air plugs that are not costly compared to the engineering control, which is buying a certain equipment or blah 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 to produce that purpose for the reducing the noise level and noise intensity for those equipment or certain activities that producing too much noise in the workplaces. Okay, like that. That is engineering control. There's also another examples for that. For example, the cutting machine, grinding machine. Then you have to put a guarding system or a guard cover like that, so that the hands and the fingers of the operators that will use that cutting machine and grinding machine will not be exposed directly, and it can cause cuts, okay, amputations, and finger injuries, hand injuries, or what we call physical injuries. So that's why we have that kind of cover. That's under engineering control. So again, to recall, elimination and substitution. Okay. and engineering control. And now we go to the administrative control. Number four, administrative control is basing on the, procedures like that, safety methodology, safety instructions, safety rules and regulations, posting safety signages at site. For example, do not touch this machinery. Only authorized person can operate. So that's an example of administrative control like that. So more on instructions. Okay, more instructions, more on regulations, a written document to be disseminated or to be displayed in the strategic location within the particular construction workplaces or in the plant process areas like that, blah blah blah. So that's administrative control. Sorry, administrative controls. It's more on the policies, procedures, documentations like that, safety signages, like the barrier, warning tapes, and everything. Okay, the last is, as what I said earlier, is the PPE. So that is the last sort of, or the line of defense. Uh, we have the head protection against exposure to the falling objects at height. We have the foot, okay, protection for the, the protruding nails on the floors, surfaces like that, sharp objects that it will contact to your foot directly, then you can have foot injuries. So for that prevention or for the minimization of that kind of hazard, you have to have foot protection. And then we have the respiratory protection system also, which is wearing a mask like that. So the identified mask like that, okay, for the, for the minimization of the exposure of the dusts, okay, at sites. Not only dust, it could be fumes, chemical fumes like that, a lot, okay, or particulates in air or air contaminants in the atmosphere, like that. You have to wear a fume respiratory mask approved by NIOSH, National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, because they are the one who regulated that one, and they will coordinate with the OSHA, Occupational Safety, Health and Administration of United States of America. Okay, they are working together, and then this NIOSH will discover, research certain, certain safety requirements, and then they will be able to report that to OSHA, and then OSHA come up with a specific standards. It could be the OSHA standards for construction industry, and it could be an OSHA standards for general industry. Okay, it's very clear. There's a separation for that. So if you speak about OSHA standards for general industry, we have 29 CFR like that, 1910, point blah, blah, blah. Okay, for example, process safety management is under 29 CFR 1910, 119. So that is talking about process safety management, how to handle the process in that certain organization to make it safe. Okay, for the disposal, from the point of storage, from the point of handling, for the point of transportation, use, and everything that you must have safeguards for that. Then that is under process safety management, 29 CFR 1910.119. So that's general industry. If you talk about 29 CFR 1926, this is construction industry. So there are a lot of also examples for that, but I forgot. Sorry, but there's a specific standards for that also. I think it's gonna be for confined space. It's gonna be 29 CFR 1926.146 like that. I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah. I'm just a person that commits mistakes. Maybe it could be a construction industry, but I think it's gonna be also general industry. But if you are working in the manufacturing, in the production industries, in the operational industries like that, so you will use the 1910 because that is general industry. Okay, 1910. Okay, now going back to the light sort, no, last sort of defense, which are the PPE, personal protective equipment. Okay, there's a specific standard for that also to follow. Then, if you want really to go deeper, to know and to understand its relevance regarding the prevention and the minimization and the reduction of the exposure to the particular hazards, okay, then you go to OSHA website. It's there. Okay, but I'll give you some examples. For example, heat protection, 29 CFR 1910.135 food protection, 29 CFR 1910.136, like that, 29 CFR 1910.133 for the face and eye protection, 29 CFR 1910.134, that is for hand protection, and for the noise hazards prevention reduction, okay, we have 29 CFR 1910.95. Okay, so that's for the PPE. Now we complete already for that discussion for that safety hierarchy of controls or risk controls, as shall we say that? Okay, that's a basic safety knowledge for all safety professionals all over the world. Whether you are a safety technician, a safety assistant, for the safety technician, for safety officers, safety supervisors, safety advisors, safety managers, safety directors, and safety engineers, like that. So you must have a thorough knowledge for that, the risk controls and safety hierarchy of controls. So I don't have to discuss that in a detailed fashion, in a detailed style, because I have only a limited time for this moment. So hello guys, bye bye. This is my second vlog regarding safety hierarchy of controls and risk controls. Sorry. If you had too much because I talked too fast and very spontaneous because I did not prepare what to talk. Okay, I usually, when I have my trainings in the past, because today no trainings at all because of COVID-19 pandemic crisis, right? Doing my trainings before, safety trainings like that, or whatever, chubas, I don't prepare. I just get the main thought, and I will be the one to discuss it further, okay? Because I really read and research, and then a little bit of memorization of the technical aspects regarding occupational safety and health. Then I don't have to memorize everything. I don't have to prepare, okay? Not scripted. Okay? I'm talking very will be arrived in my mind, and I will talk to you directly. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sotero Alipogosino Jr. Okay, PS Chemical Engineering graduate of Cebu Institute of Technology, University, Cebu, Philippines. Okay, Occupational Safety and Health Lead Auditor, OSHA, Occupational Safety Health and Administration Series, 18001, 2007. I am also an integrated management system, a combination of ISO 9000 plus ISO 14001 and ISO 18001. Oh, OSHA 18001. Like that. And those rings I really obtained in UAE, and that lead auditor from the Philippines, one of the prominent safety training in the Philippines also. Okay, Bush certified basic occupational safety and health approved by Department of Labor and Employment. Okay, and OSHA professional, I taught that in the OSHA Academy also. Okay, if you ask about some because I don't know everything also. If I help you, then I can do that as far as I know that. If I cannot make it, sorry for that, and we will try to explain to you further in a detailed or in a systematic way of educating, or in a systematic way of approach. Okay, like that. We'll start from the basic. We will discuss that systematically, point by point, and then we will have the conclusion for that particular topic so that everybody will understand. Okay, so for those who are occupational safety and health viewers there, you can ask me and subscribe first to my YouTube channel. Okay, because I really miss so much talking and doing safety trainings, safety toolbox talks, because we don't have now because of the coronavirus pandemic, infectious disease crisis. Then we avoided that one based on the circular memorandum of our company. So I really miss that instructions like that, talking in front of audiences, doing short courses trainings like that in occupational safety and health. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. This is Sotero Alipogosino Jr., okay, occupational safety and health engineer. Babush! God bless everybody. Mwah!